What's up, wrestling fans? Forgive me. I'm incredibly tired after watching the 17 and a half hour AEW Revolution show last night. I'm here with Gary, the Horror King, as always. I'm also a little sick. I got, what the hell's it called, Gary, when the weather is...
COVID?
Oh, Jesus, calm down. Allergies, COVID. Look at him. Look how he just... Well, he's not called the Horror King for nothing. He just jumps to, like, the worst possible thing. You got your, you got your leg cut off by a killer. No, you freak. I had allergies. Shit. Okay, so last night was Revolution, and I just wrote a quick review. Well, not quick review, whatever. It's a decent-sized review. Basically, shitting on it. I don't like it. I think I was fair. Whatever, it was too long. Okay, this is TNA. Discuss Impact, whatever the hell we're called. Not much TNA news today. I mean, there's a thing on Ace Austin that people are freaking out about, where he said, like, it's a guarantee he's going to end up working with WWE.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's taking it like he's going to WWE. But I think he just said, like, we have a deal with them and whatever, that's why I'm going to. And then Hammerstone is gone. Trying to get rid of some news right at the start. I saw people complaining about this. And to everyone complaining, please leave us your top 3 Hammerstone TNA matches in the comments, and then I will take it seriously. Not a thing.
Yeah.
No one remembers any Hammerstone matches because he was injured the whole time. I love the guy. He's fucking. I was so happy when they signed him, but when he got hurt,
got very good. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's nothing you can do. The guy got hurt every fucking week or whatever. Like, okay, this is really funny. This is going back to Revolution, so Revolution it was crazy long, but they're promoting Queen of the Ring, which is the same thing TNA. Oh, good reminder there. TNA Plus has been promoting Queen of the Ring, nothing else. If you put on TNA Plus during Impact, you're only going to see Queen of the Ring and Queen of the Ring behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
My question is why? It could just be a business thing, or it could be they know Camille is coming. Camille, who is called, or whatever, considered as persona non grata, I just read, or whatever.
Yeah,
in other words, they don't give it. In other words, she's dead to AEW. So they're promoting this show, they're promoting this movie, which she's a part of, and they cut her out of every goddamn whatever it was. So okay, talk about karma. So they have this guy Damaris Lewis. I don't know what the hell this guy's from, but maybe he was in this movie. I honestly don't know. I thought he was in. I heard there was someone from the Righteous Gemstones, which is a Max show, comedy. It's actually a funny show, but I don't think this guy's in it. I don't know, whatever. The point is, they went to him live during a Revolution, and they asked him what she learned about wrestling. Okay, it's a girl. I missed this whole thing. Okay. One thing I learned about pro wrestlers, she said, you all know you're going to win before anyone else does. Live on fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's very. I don't know. It seems like whenever there's anything from what I've seen when AEW's gone live with something, it's always a disaster. I don't know
totally
what the hell it is about.
Totally.
It just seems like they're glutton for
disaster. How about this? Like I was mentioning before, Jim Cornette talked about the John Cena heel turn and how amazing WWE's production is, and he compared it to the fact that AEW doesn't even do production meetings because it's been said they don't have time because Tony is such a fucking mess. Amazingly, this was like the worst thing about Vince. People used to say all the time, remember that? Vince would he'd fuck with Raw up until the last minute. But guess what? They still have time for production meetings. They don't have time for production meetings. They don't do them. So a thing like this guy literally telling the fucking world wrestling is fake on live television could have been taken care of if there was a fucking production meeting.
Well, Jay, I think that's even very, very definitely a thing because look at the disaster with Thunder Rosa with a chair.
Oh, totally. Like you said, it's almost every week.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean, and I mentioned on my thing, like, you can't even tell that's a live show. Like, it is so fucking boring. Nothing big ever happens. The only reason you can tell it's a live show when something terrible happens, like Thunder Rosa or this guy yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. They should tape their shows. I truly believe they should tape their shows. Nothing interesting ever happens. Moxley won again at the end. There was no fucking cash in. It was so fucking boring. There was 3 matches over 28 minutes.
Well, and then look at the money they'd save by, taping, and they could still look like $1 million per,
Totally.
like
And look even better cutting out the mistakes. You know what I mean? But I cannot be
like from an editing.
I cannot be that guy said that. Holy shit, that's incredible. Wrestling's fake. Thanks for having me. Peace. Now you have to pay for Fightful Select. Sure. Now, if you pay for Fightful Select, you're a fucking moron. But you learned the comment was met with audible groans backstage. That's a report you have to pay for. Like, it's not obvious. It was met with the same audible groans as Gary just had. Like, Jesus, whatever, Fightful. I'm not getting into that today. I'm just going to get mad. Oh, really fast. Fuck, I meant to do this earlier. Shout out to Rockstar. I think that's what it is on Twitter. I actually can't check right now because Twitter is down, which is like kind of wild. And I don't know, Gary, you worried?
Not as of late, only because I haven't been able to go on there. But I don't know. This goes on quite a bit. I've seen it go on in the past year with Facebook. The only thing I am worried about, you said it's the third time today.
It's been down. I mean, I woke up late and I read it was down. I read it was down since like 8 o'clock, and then it went down 3 times today. Here's what I'm worried about: Star Wars. They say communications breakdown could only mean one thing: the beginning of a war.
Yeah, I mean,
so maybe it's just down.
But I mean, we are. I don't get political here, but we do have that trifecta of us butting heads with idiot. There's Lindsay, and I don't know, and then I don't know. You don't know how much Putin has an input in all this. I don't know, but just kind of.
We don't want to get political, but luckily we have Captain America on our side. Sure, he sucks and nobody cares and whatever, but good Lord, that was another bad one. Okay.
Yeah, and we might add that it was on YouTube for about half a day. I guess you said it was on.
Okay.
Down, so.
I don't think we got to this last week, did we? Scott D'Amore calling. Did we mention the Scott thing? Calling Maria Manic a man.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that. It was with what was his name? Michael Elgin. Remember he had mentioned that.
Yeah.
Scott had made that comment.
Yeah, not sure. I don't remember if that was last week or.
Excuse me with my voice.
One looked like a man. One looked like a man, and the other is a man. That's what he said. Sorry, random. Well, not random. I posted something on Wrestle Voice today. TNA stars set for Canadian indie wrestling show in May. It's called Reaper Pro Wrestling, and it's got the goddamn Grim Reaper as their logo, which is just totally badass. The promoter said they're looking to become the top independent in Canada. I said that shouldn't be too hard, since all they have to beat is Maple Leaf Pro, with that scumfuck Scott D'Amore in charge. But seriously, everyone listening, please check it out. It's in Saskatchewan. Anyone lives in near Saskatchewan, go to this fucking show. Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, we're plugging the hell into this because we want them to knock Scott out of the Canadian.
Totally. Frankie Kazarian, Jody Threat, and Cody Deaner, and they have Kazarian doing a seminar. You can learn from Frankie Kazarian. I mean,
oh my God! This past week's episode, he was so awesome. Like backstage with his exchange with Steve Macklin. We'll talk about that later on in the show.
He's so good. I said it last week. Like he can get 3 seconds of time, or 20 minutes. He will do the job. He will be entertaining. He will, you know what I mean? Like, just so goddamn good. Sorry, I'm trying to look for more TNA news, and just not that day, I guess.
Only thing, more news is there's been a 10-man tag match set for Sacrifice inside a steel cage for the first time in 6 years. I don't know if you want to add that.
Oh yeah,
which is pretty interesting.
I'm crazy excited for Sacrifice. What was that, this week? Is it finally this week? I feel like they announced it.
Yeah.
Sorry, shout out to Van the Man, Blood, and who's our YouTube guy? Robles and Whatever. We'll get to the other YouTube guy in a second when I pull it up.
Oh,
Robles had a
thank
few
you.
questions. Robles had a good question. Who is joining the system during the cage match? I mean, at first I was like, I don't know if someone's going to. But then I was thinking, yeah, I could totally see that. Or. Oh, wait, sorry. Eric Isaac. Thank you, Eric Isaac, for all the.
I apologize, Eric. Yeah, I
Yeah.
blanked on your name. Wait.
Also,
I normally
I think there's a
nail it
Trent
right off.
Hatchett who.
Yeah. Yeah,
Whatever,
we have
let's give them all.
sometimes.
Also, Kevin Cruz, thank you too, and Richard, which is Robles, but double thank you to Robles. Okay, sorry, go ahead. Where are we? Oh yeah, the system cage match. The cage match is the 5-on-5, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really. I don't know. Are you like really into that?
I am for the steel cage part, but like,
Yes.
I don't know. Like you said, Robles mentioned somebody joining the system, and I mean, I'd be all right with that. But like, do we want it to continue to keep adding members?
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that's
we
a
all
good point.
know,
I was right about to
like,
say. I
how
was right
that
about to say I
went
would
with
like that
WO.
if. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
especially right after the Colognes joined, which is
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I don't think anybody. I think everyone's kind of like on the Colognes.
Yeah, this never ends well when you keep adding members.
Yeah, no,
I don't
totally. And
know.
like, but like, I don't.
If
I don't.
anything, I could see somebody subtracting to this week.
Yes, he actually had an idea of getting rid of
I don't know which.
He had an idea of getting rid of Myers, and I was like, yeah, that could be interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be. I mean, I don't know. Anything. There's a lot of things gonna be interesting. I mean, I don't. I love the system. So I don't want it to be messed with too much, but like Eddie
No,
and
I know.
Alicia, who just re-signed, if that was not part of last week's news, like I'd be totally cool with another Eddie singles run with Alicia there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's that goddamn good, and it's not like they have tons of guys at the top of the roster. Elijah, we got now. I guess that's pretty cool. The Colognes, again, I don't know. We have pretty much the entire show set for Sacrifice, which I
do
think is.
think they're pretty much.
Sorry, go ahead.
I do think the clones are kind of all set for like as far as being in the TNA scene for a little bit, because I noticed both were wearing TNA shirts this week. So.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
It was in.
Okay, here's what I don't understand. Here's a question for fans and Gary. Leon Slater is facing. Shit, who is it this week? Whatever. Leon Slater is facing someone from the other team this week, right? And it says the winner of the match gets the sacrifice advantage. What the hell is an advantage when it's a tag team match? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I don't know if that's going to be determined, further
Doesn't
this
it
week.
sound like
I don't.
Doesn't it the sacrifice advantage? Doesn't this whole 5-on-5 sound exactly like what's the goddamn match?
Like a King of the Mountain kind of thing.
No, with the cage, all the guys in the cage. Lethal Lockdown. Isn't this Lethal Lockdown?
Oh, Lethal.
How is this not? How is this not Lethal Lockdown?
Yeah, and I made a comment. I don't know if you noticed too, Jay. It mentioned something about like in the letter R for sacrifice. There's like what looks like, I told you, it could have passed for a pop
shit, you're right.
for like a leaf, and then it kind of also looks
Hang on,
like
I'm
a
totally
Barbed
zooming in
Wire
right now.
reference. You know what I mean? Like it kind of.
That's not weed.
Yeah, no, it
Is
kind
that-
of looked like that.
Is that the Anarchy logo?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Good catch by Gary. Everyone zoom in on that.
Because they've
Sacrifice.
done that shit before with logos. They did that with Kenny
totally.
back in the day.
Totally.
They did that.
And
That Omega sign.
yeah. See, so exactly. Someone wrote, wait, so it's War Games?
Oh,
Yeah. That's what I mean.
okay.
Like, it sounds like
Yeah, I guess I'm not real familiar with War Games.
they're calling it a 5-on-5. They're calling it a 5-on-5 tag match.
Yeah.
What advantage could you get in a 5-on-5 tag match? I can't think of one. So I think it has to be. I think it has to be like they just didn't announce it yet. It's friggin'. God, I keep forgetting the goddamn name. Lethal Lockdown.
It could also be that debuting partner that he ends up getting too. The one, remember we give him a tryout
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I
Remember
mean,
the feud?
there's a lot of things that this could be. So,
Yeah, we're kind of
let me see.
speculating.
What other news don't we have here? Oh, really excited! Really excited to see Tessa and Cora team up this week. Jesus,
Oh
team hot girls. Sacrifice. All right, might as well go through this now. Then we'll get to the show. So we got 6-man tag: the Rascals versus Ace and the Rascals and Ace versus Team NXT with Wes Lee. Street Fight, Mance, and the digital media champion, who I shall not name anymore because she is on Team Sean Sapp, against Sami Callihan.
Well, she too
Smasha.
mentioned, Jay, that she's not on a contract, so
Yeah.
it won't
Guess
be
what?
no loss if
Guess what? Steph
around.
Delander's not going to be around long, people. So sorry to get rid of that amazing rack from your television, but she should learn to stay in her goddamn lane.
Yeah. The only thing
Masha versus
I'm worried
Cora
there,
Jade.
will that keep Mance Warner around and say she's gone?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Which would
Also,
suck.
if Mance is connected to her, then whatever, keep her around. I don't care. I'll look at the rack
Yeah.
every week. Great rack, like I said. Worth every penny worth every penny. Whatever guy she got to pay for that shit. So, Masha versus Cora. Yeah, we talked. Okay, we talked about this. The 10-man cage match: Mustafa versus Santana, Moose versus Hardy, Tessa versus Li Ying Lee, and then Dave Penzer mentioned, could it be time for a phenomenal return? I have absolutely no inside info, but let's all stay tuned. Did you ever see that?
Oh, no, I didn't catch that, but that sounds like he might
Yeah.
debut or re-debut or whatever for the company again.
Crystal Poppin will be singing or performing "Undeniable Forever" at Sacrifice. Oh, it's
Wow.
this Friday.
God damn. They're really going all out for this.
Oh yeah, she was on ESPN Radio with Tessa. Called Tessa a strong woman and all kinds of stuff. I did a whole shoot on that. Tessa sexism shoot.
That's a no-brainer right there. Why don't they try to get a TV deal on ESPN?
Oh yeah, well maybe they are.
You know what I mean? Like they always work. It's
Yeah.
right there.
But I mean, exactly like you're saying.
Oh,
AJ. Oh, this is a great one. This is his little great piece of news. Okay, so I posted something. Okay, no, I posted something, and then Van the man, Van, he wrote.
Oh yeah.
He replied, "Please let it be AJ." I don't even know what it was about, but he replied, "Please let it be AJ Styles to show up." So then this other douchebag, whoever it was, just some hater who trolls the site. AJ has said many times he will never appear for TNA as long as some people remain in power. He only did that video years ago as a favor to D'Amore. Ready? AJ Styles? And I swear to God, AJ, the next day. I think it'd be fun to do something like that. Like a one-off, I would definitely do it. I would definitely return to TNA. That's AJ Styles via Insight. Like the day after this tool just came on writing about, you know what I mean? AJ, I would definitely, I would love.
I hate that about a lot of fans. There's always a lot of fans out there that always think they have the know abouts of what goes on with this wrestler, and then they just they make them eat crow like the next day or a week later.
And then not even that. They used fake fucking news like this guy did. Like, oh, he said many times he would never because he was friends with Scott. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. How many times has he mentioned Scott recently? Has he stuck up for Scott fucking his way out of TNA?
I always remember him more for Dixie Carter, AJ. Always took him as a Dixie Carter.
Oh, he totally was.
I can't say, but I definitely think he had, had a lot of allegiance to her more than he did Scott D'Amore.
Yeah, totally. Also, to be fair, I'm pretty sure AJ believes the world is flat. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot the name of the Twitter account, but TNA updates or some bullshit. You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. You are lucky I am very busy taking down much bigger people like Conrad beat my wife Thompson, another friend of Sean fucking coked out. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Oh, it's weed. Coked out fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
Sap.
So who is this place? Is it like someone big on Twitter, or do they have a YouTube page? I
Wait,
tried
what?
looking it
Oh,
up.
oh, it was just some. Oh yeah, okay. Thanks for reminding me.
The one you were having, the
I
new one you're having
posted
issues one with.
I posted an article titled "TNA Wrestling Re-Sign Heart and Soul Eddie and Alicia Edwards," and I talked all about it. The heart and soul is usually something people say. Many times they're wrong, like about former President Scott D'Amore. How many times do people call him the heart and soul of TNA? Remember that? I wrote Alicia's the heart and
definitely.
Eddie. I wrote Alicia's the heart and Eddie's the soul. I mean, kind of a joke, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're both the heart and soul, but I mean, I really think it's Eddie. Like, Eddie is the heart of fucking TNA.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this. He first appeared in January of 2014, 11 years ago.
Jesus
In
Christ.
that time, he's won every title and and almost lost an eyeball.
If you had told me he was with the company for over a decade, I would have told you were crazy, just because of the revolving door relationship.
Seriously, 11 years, almost lost his fucking eyeball. Do you remember any time he's ever complained about anything?
No, never. He's always been a team player.
Totally. He almost lost a fucking eyeball.
Yeah.
So,
he's definitely been a consummate ideal roster member that you want. One that's not always in it for the money, just because he likes the stability, the environment.
Totally. Yeah.
You know, couldn't ask for a more consummate.
And again, sorry, got to promote my wrestler voice. Robles did a TNA Superstars Who Need a New Theme Song. I mean, I could have put 50 on here. That's a big problem with me. I want to know exactly who the fuck is coming out right when they come out, and I don't with TNA. It's frustrating. Like, WWE is really good at that. Like, you don't need themes. Like I said this last week. Like, you can just have sounds. Like, you've seen Obafemi, whatever it is. Obafemi's fucking entrance.
Yeah, 20 years, Brock Lesnar's probably used that same theme. And it's like,
exactly.
It's like, goddamn, you get goosebumps.
You know who it is.
You're scared shitless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Close them. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Moose. I mean, I don't know. Like, his is still good, but I love his. I feel like Obafemi has stolen his original one. You know what I mean? Like the Moose.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Check that out. Again, okay. So not much news today. I guess we actually have to talk about this show. This is going to be weird. So this was from Full Sail, which I like. The crowd sounds good. Yeah. Everything looks good. It's not like, you don't see like giant openings like fucking Dynamite or whatever.
Oh yeah, and I like how quaint it is too, because like it seems like around the ring has fans except come down the ramp, but like it seems like they filled every side pretty good, and they put the proper lighting. Maybe add a few more lights in that back corner, but other than that, I feel like it looks as good as they're probably gonna for budgetary reasons are gonna be able to throw together.
Yeah. Quick thing about YouTube. Somebody else was talking about the Elgin thing, and I just want to, I'm not touching that anymore, Like, what he did,
Yeah.
Who's right, who's wrong. Like, I said, he can come on the show. The offer stands. Although he would have to answer questions that I tell everybody, I'm like, I will never do a boring interview. Like, I won't, like, TNA, will probably never let us do an interview unless, like, they give us questions, and I will never do that. I wouldn't read a scripted interview.
I just like to ask him what he's been doing outside of this kind of like this layoff and this black.
I would totally go off the fucking. I would totally go off the reservation quickly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Scott and backstage. Yeah. What did you see exactly? Okay, so TNA. Elijah starts off the show with a win over Brian Myers, which Elijah's one of those people that I feel like I said I wanted them to sign until they sign him, and then I'm like,
Well, and again, Alicia, not thinking she's above. I think she accompanied Brian to the ring, so
totally.
I mean, I know that's probably not a big deal, but I mean, at least she's working. She's earning that paycheck.
Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, again, anyone watch
Brian going to.
Don Callis he has his family, his stupid fucking family, whatever. So he had back-to-back matches last night, which is it looks so stupid because like his guy loses the one match that he just goes over to commentary and does it again with his next guy. Like, it's so weird, but Like, if you watch him on the outside of the ring, he doesn't do anything to help. He does nothing. He doesn't get the ref's attention. Alicia does that, Alicia does that every fucking match. That's what a manager does. That's what a heel manager does.
And she gets involved, too.
She does it every single match.
Yeah.
And she doesn't, stand out or, try to steal the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, she does the opposite of that. She doesn't try to stand out. She doesn't try to fucking whatever. Oh, yeah. Also, reminder, Roadblock is tomorrow night.
She's always, okay.
Shit, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, Tuesday. Oh.
Jesus. Tomorrow night is Oba versus Moose. I mean, pretty obvious Oba has to win that. And then the Hardys against Phyraxium. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm saying obvious, but I don't know. Someone has to change. I said this last week. They have to change. Someone has to lose their title soon. You know what I mean? A TNA person has to lose their title to an NXT person, or vice versa. Or vice versa. Or this whole thing is stupid.
I can honestly see the Hardys beating Phyraxium, to be fair. Just to give them back, because they have worked in the WWE for their entire career, So I mean, it's not really a big loss.
Yeah, but no, that's the Hardys. Yeah, no, but it's the Hardys defending the TNA titles.
Yeah,
that's why it's confusing.
Oh, they're not. No, they're not putting the.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought maybe.
So that's why. That's why it looks like two obvious defenses. You know what I mean? Oba has the NXT title, and Moose's X Division title is not on the line, so. It looks like they made it so, you know what I mean? The easiest way possible, so nothing can hurt, but whatever.
Oh. Alrighty.
Just want to go back to that thing earlier with, why would TNA Plus nonstop promote Queen of the Ring? It's just a question for anyone out there. Please let me know in the comments. It's been annoying the shit out of me. Maybe they have Camille already. Could that be a thing?
I have a question. I wonder how
maybe it's just boring business.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Well, I just was curious if it was a box office smash or if it was a fall on your face kind of collaboration with whoever threw it together. It kind of comes off like a WWE produced thing to me, but then on the other hand, it kind of comes off like the Gravitas stuff like TNA's been doing. Don't you think?
I can't see money yet, but it's got 73% critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 91% Google users like it. 7.2 on IMDb. I gotta be honest, that's the one that seems like it's really on IMDb. I don't know if you ever checked that, but also Metacritic, 67. Yeah. I think Google users just like everything. Maybe they're just hitting thumbs up for I don't know. They don't even know what they're hitting.
But it sounds like pretty much 70% out of the 100 is
just looking. Oh, okay. So it is playing now. What do you think? It opened this weekend?
Okay. Yeah, it's playing. Well, I guess I don't know if it's playing everywhere, but probably.
I'm guessing it didn't make much money because. Yes, it did make much money because usually when you type in a movie the weekend after it came out, you will see nothing.
Maybe it'll be one of those movies that didn't make a lot of coin, but maybe gets a lot of Oscar.
Yeah,
I
can see that. Next year. Yeah, I can totally see that. Okay, back to TNA first class segment. Oh wait, sorry. Elijah beat. Who the hell did Elijah beat? Myers.
Oh, Brian Myers.
After Myers knocked into Eddie, so they kind of, they saved themselves there, not looking like goofs like, let's say, MJF, who lost clean on the opening match last night.
Yeah.
What the F happened to that dude?
Elijah wasn't going to lose this because this is
I'm cool with that, but then I'm cool with that, but then I look at the future and I'm like, oh, I don't want Elijah beating X or Z or, you know what I mean, this guy or this guy.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Gia was backstage with Ace and the Rascals. That must be fun for those two together in real life, if you don't know. First class Penthouse. Okay, what did you think about this one after I think we both hated the first one. Oh, no, you liked the first one better than me.
Well, I liked it to a degree, but I didn't love it. But on the other hand, I had a bit of a problem with it again. It looked like, with me having a problem with it this time was much the way they were the first time. It was they had this table and they didn't use any of that to their use or anything that kind of referenced it. But
it's there's a lot of shit out there that they're not using.
They don't just have. They don't have tons of room on the ramp. I honestly feel maybe have this in the upper deck or whatever or something. I
was thinking, big ass backstage,
kind of have something. Yeah, that too. Yeah, like
Well,
maybe a different production
how about
area.
how about in the ring?
Yeah, in
Would that
the
work?
ring would have been good, or hell, why not have it be at like I don't like his pad or whatever, and then like
Yeah,
I don't know,
totally.
like have a
Yeah,
couple
it
bodyguards
looks
outside.
like it's hard to tell if it's a good segment because like it looks like there's like 30 people smashed together. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there's too
it's
much going
very. I
on.
think
Like there's
it
just so
doesn't.
much going on in this little section.
Yeah,
It's like maybe my eyes can't even focus on like.
I
But whatever.
honestly, Jay, I think they think because it feels very WWE
Yeah.
inspired, but the problem is there's just no room at the top of the ramp, and
And
like
listen,
it
I like
seems
Francis a lot.
cluttered.
I like Francis a lot. Not everyone can
Yeah,
do this.
they
Not everyone can do a
do
live show like
what do
this.
you
You know what I
call
mean?
you?
Like not everyone can do a lot. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
what
called
did
me.
he
What he called
call
me?
you
A
though? He called you.
hamburger or something or whatever it was. But I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
I can't remember.
I didn't realize I got abused by him. Wow. Bully Ray. Wait.
Yeah,
Oh no, and then Elgin abused me first, but then he called me cool because after I wrote his story. But
yeah,
Bully Ray and fuck, what was the first? Oh, AJ. They used lines like I didn't realize like wrestling lines on me. Like you know what I mean? Like AJ called me like I don't know
yeah,
whatever he says on TV. You know what I mean? Like and I didn't catch that because like I don't know. It just to me it's not funny. Like AJ he does a lot of good things. He's not as funny as he thinks he is. I think is the biggest problem. Like if you
yeah.
even watch him on
Well,
TV, like he's kind of like he's laughing way too much over his own shit, and like I don't know, maybe let Navarro talk a little.
oh yeah. And then I will give him a little bit of props here though. He does a really good choke slam, and then he does the hell's the other move that he does like the choke slam, and then he does a really good that move that Kevin Nash used to do. Like where he picked the guy up and then slam him
I was
on the
gonna say
ground
fall
on a
away slam.
yeah, something like that. He does a really good couple maneuvers here, but I don't
Oh,
know,
he's a
like
very good.
making that.
He's a very good wrestler. We say it all the time. Not everyone can do a goddamn live segment like this. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, I think they gave him two chances, and I wouldn't bring it back. I wouldn't have brought it back the first time. This one was better though because it had a purpose. Macklin came out and did something.
yeah, and I think really like until they get that the dimensions figured out for a
Yeah,
like kind of like a show, or like give it better production value. I maybe shelve it now because
yeah. It
I
literally
thought
just
they
isn't
would
fit.
fix this from the first time. They did dumb down the size of the segment in terms of like a lot of people up on the staging, but like it just felt like it was like there really wasn't enough substance to the angle for the show. Like I
Yeah,
know he's had issues with Macklin, but I don't know. Just
I agree.
I don't
Totally
think it's
agree.
really needed right now. I think killing the flow
Yeah,
of the show maybe.
yeah. Totally agree. I think they had a show like 2 weeks ago, or whatever. Yeah, I think they did this back to back. So whatever show they did it that it wasn't on, I think that was the best show of the year. I remember talking about it, like, holy shit, this show flew by. And then I'm not gonna blame it all on
Yeah,
AJ, but like then they had these segments and like yeah,
but
it's a
but I
total
have
fucking
noticed that I have noticed though since we've gone full sale, the shows definitely have stepped it up a notch in terms of watchability. Like
oh yeah,
there's something that always a good couple, two or three things on the show that stand out, like make me want to come back next week. Not as a TNA fan, but as a wrestling fan.
yeah. Like they do a lot of different things, which I love. And I mean the whole freaking NXT thing. Like I don't know, I feel like people still underrate it. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, definitely.
imagine like a year. Imagine a
And
year
there's a
ago
hell of a
saying
lot.
like. Imagine a year ago saying TNA would be on NXT and NXT would be on TNA. Like I would have left. Like yeah, let's not go that fucking far. Like you know what I mean? Like maybe someday we'll get
Well,
a
it's
little fucking
sad. It's so sad that like WWE's like third brand or whatever
yeah.
has been more compelling than our relationship was
Oh totally yeah.
with AEW. And look at all the names that they had available.
I will say this to be fair, although I mean listen, I bash AEW all the time. I wrote on at the beginning of my thing today like it's just not for me. And like I get that.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to argue with fans anymore. Like it's not for me. I will write about it and explain why it's not for me, but like I'm not gonna argue with fucking AEW fans. Like if you like it, cool. I'm not
Yeah.
that person. Like
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't like it. There's nothing, whatever.
Well, to be fair, Jay, when it all started down with the very first was it All In or All Out? I watched a couple, 2 or 3 of their shows after that. I was digging it, and then all of a sudden,
the first one was great. It was All In.
stop.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
stopped.
The first one, they had Jordan Grace in the women's match. It was like it was like the best of the independents. And then I mean, whatever. I mean, is anyone watching Ring of Honor? Stop. You know you're not. Don't fucking lie. Don't tell me you watch Ring of Honor. No one does. Look at their numbers. I mean, I can't. Just the fact that Ring of Honor is a thing, it makes me angry. There are so many. How many of those talents could we use in TNA? You know what I mean? Like, it pisses me off. Nobody fucking watches it. Nobody talks about it.
And with the power that Tony has, who say a lot of those ROH views are just not bloated too by Tony himself, you know, like having people watch it just to make it look like presentable.
Have you seen they've been cutting?
No.
I mean, they're finally cutting people. AEW. Like, it's something they never really did before. They would cut, they'd release a person or two. They've been releasing a bunch of people. And, of course, their fans will say, it's about time. You know what I mean? Instead of like, this is what Vince does. You can't fucking do that. Several nine AEW stars recently released. Maria Kanellis.
Oh, right.
Who tweeted she's going to be, I'm pretty sure she's going to be going out. Like, I don't know where else these people can go other than TNA. You know what I mean? So, like, whenever someone says they're leaving, it's like, my first thing is, like, it's got to be TNA. Like, sorry, I got to mention Allie just for the hell of it, so Robles doesn't kill me. Always want to see Allie back, but I don't know. I just, like, we check her. Like,
I feel like at this point with Allie, I think she's maybe going to be gone for quite a while. Like, I feel like maybe the movie industry is maybe more her calling right now.
Sorry, everyone. Everyone. I didn't want you to sick. Yeah, but she's doing that. She does this podcast all the time. She does a horror podcast, and we get more views than them. We get more views than her and Allison Kay. That's not a joke. It's a real thing. We get more views than them. Really? Also, thank you, everyone, for our crazy views lately, if we didn't mention it. They've got like 1,500 over the last 2 weeks. And we don't even have to go live like certain podcasts out there, TNI and wait, no, I think they're the only ones standing.
We don't
TNI the last ones.
Editing our videos constantly and different things.
TNI. One of these days, people, I'm going to be posting the words of J-Bone's wife on my website. I keep warning him. I'm like, dude, get in touch with me. Let's just fucking talk. Like, I never had a problem with him. My problem was with crazy Kyle, who, again, I have in old email from J-Bone's wife. Kyle was the problem. Kyle was the cause of everything. Kyle this, Kyle that. This adult man, J-Bone, and whoever else followed a fucking drunken child in Kyle, a drunken janitor, whatever he's doing now. Not only that, but they gave my boy Gary shit at the time for following me. You know what I've done since? I've made a wrestling website. What the fuck has Kyle or Trent done? Trent stuck in AEW Pro. Those fuckers, they literally followed me on Twitter. He wrote, no joke. I tweeted, I'm like, certain people are following me. I don't know why. If you don't talk to me, don't follow me. If you don't like my shit, whatever, like, I have to think you're like a rat or something. So then I gave it 2 days, and I'm like, okay. I retweeted. I quoted myself. This was towards AEW Pro, who, I already forgot his fucking name. Trent works for, and I just put it together. I'm like, listen. At some point, AEW Pro got in touch with Trent and like, listen, either you stop doing your fucking kitty podcast or you stop having a fucking job. So that's what he did, and he stuck with AEW Pro. And you can see how amazing they're doing. Joking. Nobody gives a fuck. They're a stupid indie that nobody gives a fuck about, like Scott's indie that nobody gives a fuck about. Except me. I want to hurt it, and I want to make Reaper Pro Wrestling the top independent in Canada. Canada. Whatever. See that? We don't even do editing here. Sorry, Gary. Had to go off a little there. Oh, my alarm. Okay, that means we got 20 minutes. Okay. Let's just take a second to see how Gary's doing. How's life?
What do you want? What do you want to know out there?
How's life, Gary? I heard this is what TNI does. They just talk about like bullshit and not actually TNA.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see where you're going with it. Yeah, yeah. They definitely start going off the rails when it comes to stuff. It's like
tools.
talk about
You're not.
everything under the sun.
Nobody cares. You're not celebrities. You fucking tools. Shut up and talk fucking TNA. Christ.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
what
that's what we're
people
gonna.
are here
So that's what we're gonna
here
do.
to do.
God, could you imagine listening to that? Oh, fuck, I hate
Yeah,
podcasts about
sometimes
that.
much is like 4 hours for a
Good lord.
podcast
Good
for
fucking
an
lord.
hour and a show.
Well, to be fair, they might be doing that for money. Because, like, see,
Yeah,
me and Gary are stupid. We don't think about making money. If we did, we would have had a lot more subscribers, and we'd be making money by now. We can't make money until we get to 500
yeah.
subscribers. But if you make longer videos, you make more money. That's how it works. So, whatever. Bunch of fucking whores making nickels and having to shave their balls live on air with that fucking thing. What is that thing that everybody promotes? It's like the funniest. It's the funniest thing to me. Everybody promotes it. The fucking, what is it? Ball shaving system,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah, that's what I want to watch. J-Bone shave his fucking balls. That's what I want to see. A 60-year-old fat guy shave his fucking whatever. Okay, back to TNA. Thompson thought the segment was
Like
good.
TNA, right?
Back to TNA wrestling. Sorry. Segment. Sorry. Christian Thompson, our good friend of the site, good person, whatever. Shout out to them. Had a baby recently. Another one.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Um, He said that's exactly how the segment should go. Cocky heels being put in their place and setting up a match for later. I agree. Just too much going on there. Zia versus Savannah. Oh, this got me so angry.
Oh, it definitely did me too. Because, like, again, like, is this the mini run of Savannah, or are we gonna have her lose next time to like a rematch and then with
Seriously.
Zia
I mean, yeah.
Brookside? Like,
I mean, I guess
but
okay,
they
all right,
keep
bad.
flip
If they have
flopping.
nothing else to do with Zia, and this is like just a quick feud for the pre-show for
Yeah,
Sacrifice, okay, fine. Because I do like Zia a lot, and she does need a win, and I guess you gotta, if
yeah,
you're gonna have her
I
in a
do too.
feud, then
Yeah,
and
because
she did
they
like she kind of looked good against Savannah. You know what I mean? Like she looks. I was.
yeah, and then before this, we just had her get beat down by Cora Jade,
Mm,
which I don't mind. Would agree because she isn't for the knockouts
yeah, no,
title,
but she's
but
not.
I do have a
Yeah.
problem with it because
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it's
like
like they don't
she's
have her in a
winning.
spot. Zia's not really in a spot where she can be taking these losses.
Yeah,
Um,
and honestly, I think she's deserved better because she, well, like I said, she was asked to run with a ball not so long
yeah,
ago,
and
and
she
I
did.
kind of felt like she kind of was the glue to the
She
knockouts
totally
for
did. Yeah, they had like nothing. The knockouts were like
months.
dead for a little there. It was like when Jordan was facing
Yeah,
whoever the hell for the title, and there was nothing else was going on except for
yeah,
the
definitely.
ridiculous tag titles, which no one gives a fuck about because it's two teams. It's not a real thing. It's fake.
But
It's a fake.
but
It's
what
a
I
fake
don't like
division.
about this with her getting a win over Zia is it keeps Savannah around for longer. You know what I mean? And it's just,
Yeah.
I just feel like we could get somebody better. Like
Yeah.
no knock
No,
on
I agree.
Savannah. She's
And
been
again,
in
it's
the
not even.
wrestling
Yeah.
like
It's not.
9 years.
And
She
we said it
just
last
has not.
week. We talked about it last week. Like you can't fucking book a monster like that. Like that wins and loses. Like it's one or the other. They can win for a fucking year
No, if
straight.
you want to give her a wake up revamp of her
Yeah.
path in the knockouts. Here's where you start
Yeah.
having her
Totally.
destroy.
Yeah. But they're not going to do
If
that.
you're
That's not
no,
going to happen. Because I mean, I do.
it's
I
gonna
mean, I
be
do.
more of a era
I think like we're
50.
like you said. I think like you said, they know what they have with Zia. She's really good, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't have given her that chance. I mean, or so much time or whatever. But okay, whatever. Moving on. They showed footage from the elegances, and oh yeah, ugh. His Thompson. I was not entertained, and there's more to
Yeah.
come next week. Totally agree. Okay, this one I
Yeah.
disagree with. This one I disagree with so much that I might go over to Australia and punch Thompson. Speaking of not being entertained, here come the great hands. What? What? Bashing the great hands? Come on, Thompson. What the shit? I mean, to be fair, he did say their usual trash to fans shtick, which I noticed like yesterday when I was watching something. Everyone does it. Like, come on, what fucking year is it? Like, you come out still and you're like, oh, what are we in Detroit?
Well, what I did
Your sports
like
teams
about this
suck. Like, come on.
is you had Santana facing Skyler. Not only was he accompanied with Jason Hotch, but now he has to. Anyone that faces John Skyler or Jason Hotch, they're going to have to go through Tasha Steele.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she could be the
Also, he's
difference
called Great
maker.
now.
What's that?
Also, they're called Great now. If you guys didn't catch that, they're no longer good.
Oh,
They're great.
yeah.
They're not good hands. They're great fucking hands. So I like that.
I honestly think they'd be better called the opportunistic hands because, like, I saw Ali had kind of washed his hands off because he kept losing, remember? And then they kind of, it was pretty funny how he'll, like, still give him a chance. Like, at some point, I can honestly see him ditching him and have him bring some, I don't know, maybe the colognes, maybe. He could.
That, you know, it's funny. That would work. That would work a lot better than I think what they're doing with the colognes. But again, I don't know. Maybe they're a lot bigger with like. Oh, totally. Yeah. But maybe the colognes are bigger than we think. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Maybe they.
Well, if creative is listening and you can't do nothing with the colognes, maybe have them have a rivalry with the great whatever.
Or send them to us. We'll have them on the podcast, and we'll figure something for him to do. I mean, I don't know what else other than our podcast, but okay, what else? Okay, I'll be honest. I just went downstairs in my apartment, and I'm already starting to make lunch, but okay. Got a lot going on today. Gary's got me going too early. We had what was yesterday? That stupid fucking day with the clocks.
Oh, daylight saving time.
Yeah. I mean, the daylight savings time plus
losing time, I should say.
losing an hour, and watching 19 hours of fucking AEW yesterday. I'm just like, I swear to God, I feel like a different person today. Like, I'm so fucked. I'm so tired.
Not even, Jay. I feel like as New Yorkers, when we lose that hour of sleep, it's a major kick in the nuts because, like, we're still battling the winter weather and, like the inclement weather where you don't know where you're going to get 80-mile-an-hour winds in New York City.
I'm just a big bitch. I'm just a big bitch about this.
Really?
But yeah, no, the weather sucks. I mean, one day it's 20 here, and one day it's fucking like today it's like back to 60. Okay, so Santana, that was where we left, right? Santana, 90-second match, beating Skyler. That's one thing, I mean, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. I always say, not this. Yeah, I always say there's always time for squashes. I just don't like, that's our guy,
Yeah.
Hotch attacks Santana from behind after with a hammer. Gotta mention, there was like 15 murder weapons on Revolution last night, and I forgot to put that in my little review to thoughts thing that I just wrote. You know what I mean by a murder? Okay, by a murder weapon, I mean Janice. Okay, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Sure, TNA fans, I can just say the word Janice, and you know what I mean. It was the spiked fucking baseball bat, which if you hit someone with it one time, they can die. Like the AEW has.
I get that stuff with the Janice Tom stuff, but it seems like that's every time when that's brought up. It's like I should have killed our Rob Van Dam. It's like, yeah, but you're already forgetting this is a very scripted sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta run with it. Kind of like a horror film. Like there's stuff in a horror film that you don't believe. Like what the hell's going? Like why are these people falling for this shit? But you really don't know in that aspect of a horror film. Like if you be thinking rational. You know what I mean?
Well, here's good. No, but like to me, it's like too much. Like they had.
Yeah, definitely.
In one match, there was a screwdriver, right? And like they were making it like they were literally like just ramming it into each other and like into their heads, and like someone would be dead. Like you can't shove a screwdriver into someone's head. Like, and then the other one was glass, right? Mariah May or the other one, or Mariah May or Tony pours out glass all over the place, right? Glass shards.
Basically, it's like up the ante to like ECW times 10 with the prop.
I feel like ECW. I don't know. It's just, my problem is the murder weapons. Like, I've seen glass used many times. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but they picked like yesterday instead of like just wrestling on the glass. Mariah May and Tony Storm each picked up a shard of glass and then ran at each other. And one of them stabbed the other in like the stomach with the shard of glass. Like that's like murder moves. Like it totally
Yeah.
takes me out of wrestling. Like bring a
they're
fucking gun to the
kinda-
ring if you're gonna do that shit.
I think they think being edgy or whatever is going to get them views, but if anything, it's like
It's
it's going to be
not. Look at
quite the opposite.
Do you
You
know
got to
that?
have the right.
Do you know that
Place.
Dynamite was their lowest rated Dynamite ever this week? Ever.
Wow. Yeah, but then didn't they plug something on
The viewership was fine this week, but the
Max or something?
what was that?
Or something? I don't know. Was it one? Would they say something about 1.8 million viewers watched them on
Oh yeah, I
Max
don't
or
know.
some
I
shit
have no
like
idea.
that?
Yeah, no one knows if that's true. Guess what? 50 million people watched.
But I mean, if somebody goes, yeah, okay, no, that doesn't prove nothing because there could be somebody that watched 3 million movies of the
Yeah,
movie
exactly.
with
Yeah,
Pattinson there playing Batman. They might have got 4 million watching,
exactly.
an older movie.
Yeah. And also, I don't think anything has come from Max. I could be wrong. I don't think any numbers have come from Max.
Yeah.
I think everything is just
Yeah.
Fightful said this, and guess what? I can post now. I can post right now on my website that a billion fucking people bought the last TNA show. Now, other people, all they can do is write, "Nope, he's wrong." No one has proof. There is no proof.
Yeah.
That's how wrestling works. These motherfuckers make up shit all the time.
The only thing we are sure of when it comes to TNA is when they sell out the venues and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like one thing I talk about all the time. And YouTube, because we can see the YouTube numbers. And I don't want to. I hate people like, oh well, I hate fucking. Oh, you're gonna convert YouTube to fucking ratings, and I'm like, yeah, it's 2,000 whatever the fuck.
I'm hearing that they're going to be pulling somewhere around 4,000 people in attendance, depending on how their production staging and all that's all set up. But other than that, 4,000. And I mean, there's been shows at AEW haven't even did 4,000.
I am crazy. I don't remember the last time I was so excited for a show, and it's mostly because of the lineup and the gimmick matches and like, what is it? 3 gimmick matches?
Oh, in this week's or the sacrifice.
Yeah. We got the Hardy.
You got the street fight with Sammy and Mance Warner.
Cage match and the Hardy. Hardy and Moose.
Yeah. Trying to see if there's any other. But I think there's going to be something added this week because we still got that 1 week.
Just curious, do you know of any fans? Just curious, do you know of any fans that were complaining about really wanting gimmick matches back?
Yeah, you and I.
Yeah, no, I met others, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. That was literally my last big complaint with TNA, other than fix the
Yeah, because you were like saying
like,
it was us. A lot of people refer to tits and ass, but we all know.
Yeah.
We know true TNA fans know it's about total non-stop action and going through tables.
Yeah.
Barbed wire.
That's what got me into TNA. Like that was a huge part of what got me into TNA. Like that was a really big part of what got me into TNA. Also the TNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and then here by people like Angle and people that actually crossed the line that were imperative to write. You know what I mean?
Kurt Angle, if you don't know this, is one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
And he's another. I might have never checked out TNA without him. Okay, sorry. Back to the show. Ali. Ali told Santana he's selected for the urine sample, and he wrote down the cup. This whole thing, like, he is such an amazing asshole.
Honestly, I think this might be one of the best storylines going in TNA right now. Maybe I'm wrong but
I feel like it picked up really quickly. Like, I don't know. I feel like it felt a little forced. Like Santana came back, and then Mustafa came back, and it was kind of like they stuck them against each other. That's how I saw it. And, like, there wasn't really. And like, but now he's making it like so personal.
Yeah, then he overhears Tasha bitching the backstage hand or whatever that's getting coffee. And then I don't know, he's taking that cup for the urine thing, I think, isn't that what he was doing?
I think it ended up he pissed in Ali's drink,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
or he
okay. I'm
switched it with.
not sure how
Yeah,
it all went down, but I liked that it's kind of like one person up staging
yeah,
one
totally,
week.
yeah. And it's
You know,
not
they
just
kind of,
it's not really like a heel face thing. It's just like
yeah.
Santana's not really face. Sometimes yeah, he's a face, but like
It
would
kind
a
of
face
feels like that
would a face
rivalry with Edge and Kane a little bit because like the things Edge was doing with Kane, like grabbing Paul Bearer and putting him in a wheelchair, and then
oh totally
pretending he was gonna throw him down
oh
the
totally forgot
step.
about that. I
It
forgot
just
about, I mean,
hasn't gone to that level yet. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that. I was talking to somebody about that. Like when Cena hooked up with Zack Ryder's girlfriend.
Oh,
And I was like, wait a minute, Cena was not a heel because everybody's talking about Cena's first time as a heel. And I'm like, he wasn't a heel when he hooked up with fucking Zack Ryder's girlfriend when Zack Ryder was in like a body cast.
okay, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm doing 8 things at once here.
But I
So
do
AJ,
feel like this storyline is very. I don't know. Like we've been kind of speculating that WWE's been kind of giving them some pointers,
oh,
direction,
I can see that. Yeah,
and I honestly think that's what's going on with the current TNA product. I feel like it's been revised in a positive way. Like it's
I said
maybe
something like I recently said something like or I've been saying I think there's someone else behind the scenes that we don't know about yet.
yeah, me too.
And that could very simply be a WWE person. Like I honestly didn't think about that until you just said it.
Yeah, I definitely
Like
think
in terms of
somebody
like creative and like just like there's a lot
interjected
of yeah, like this
creative.
whole Santana thing. It doesn't seem like TNA, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
or like the current TNA. It doesn't seem like something they would do in a good way. I mean, no. So
Oh yeah, a lot
AJ
better
Francis
way
versus
lately.
Macklin was next. Yeah, definitely. AJ Francis. Oh yeah, and our friend agrees. Ali continues to push the boundaries. It adds a personal edge to it. Yep, Thompson genius.
Oh
AJ
wow.
versus Macklin.
He just said it with less words than what we did.
Yeah.
So I'll have to
I
amend
hate
that.
that. I hate that about Thompson.
I know.
It's so
That's probably
frustrating. It's so
yeah,
frustrating.
yeah.
Trying
I
to
would
learn writing
put it to
or
words in that.
or
Sure.
even talking, and it literally takes me like 17 sentences, and then I look down and Thompson says the same thing in like 3 words, and I'm like, son of a bitch. But that's the power of being a real. But I mean,
Yeah.
listen, he's a real writer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't claim to be one.
Yeah.
I try, but holy shit, writing is so hard. Any of you out there,
Yeah. I would have
try writing
to what.
500 words on anything. Anything.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's how I get my thoughts across is doing this podcast because
Yeah.
I would not touch journalism whatsoever. I'm not very good at the verbiage and that kind of shit. You know, like I'm not gonna see. We're using word shit just now. So
Maybe I'll learn one day from Thompson after reading them all the time, you would think, but whatever. Francis beats um, Steve Macklin. I thought this was odd. And I'm not really a
yeah,
big
me
fan of
too.
Francis
Because
versus Macklin. I don't know.
what does this do for Macklin? I mean, I feel like this is making him like in terms of his popularity recede a little bit here because you're having him lose to
Yeah.
pretty much somebody that got fired by the WWE. So
Yes, you
I
could
don't
say it's
know.
because of Eric Young,
Yeah, very much so.
but
But although
yeah,
I don't know.
in the end, it's a loss for Macklin.
Yeah, and like here we were thinking like he was going to be pushed to the title
Yeah.
scene. Like if anything,
And
it's a step.
he beat
Step
Josh.
back.
He beat the king of TNA,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he went down a notch. Like, you can't do that, but whatever.
Kind of like the unsure booking of what's going on with Zia Brookside and Savannah Evans, like too, because it's
Yeah.
like you give them a step forward and then you give them a step back, like
Yeah.
or maybe a couple steps back with this, because I think Macklin should be in the discussion of the world title scene because he
I
has,
agree.
has re-signed with the company as well.
I agree, but I think it might be like I think everything when it's questionable right now, it's like maybe like something
Yeah,
happened. Maybe something happened with WWE. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that could be.
they might be calling the shots when it comes to like oh, hang on, got to stop pushing this guy because this guy's gonna get a title shot soon and whatever and NXT and blah 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 whatever.
Yeah, we
Um,
don't really know what the long-term planning is. I mean, if Macklin's up there again, like by the end of the year, I'll be happy with that. But if he kind of stays in a kind of a current status, like, I mean, where do you go from here if you're Macklin? Are you going to want to sign another 3 years of just going to be treated like this. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to leave myself, but.
I mean, he did get to beat Josh, and it's early. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this was odd. I mean, okay. The Sacrifice people, the Sacrifice face team was in the locker room, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ryan comes in, right? And he says, what, I want to be the fifth guy or something? Or like, my brother said I can be the fifth guy. And Matt's like, dude, I'm good friends with your brother. I'm going to call him right now. I'm going to call him right now. I thought that was hysterical. I'm going to, because, like, you never see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
being a wine ass
like everyone just made it, like, everyone just laughs at, like, Ryan when he came in. I thought it was great. I love that reaction.
Did you catch the look on Elijah's face when Ryan was crying because he wasn't the fifth member?
No.
He just looked at him like, "What a baby!" You know.
Thompson did not like this at all. I laughed. I made a note somewhere. I forget what the line was. I laughed out loud.
I didn't hate it.
There was one or two lines that was just absolutely hysterical. I thought during this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, this is I literally wrote a note. Someone is like, there's someone new and creative. Like these lines, they're coming out with lines that are just like, I don't know, like not scripted. They sound like real life lines, and it's just, I don't know. It's a little thing.
But I don't think anybody's been better with character development than Ryan Nemeth. I know that's not a big the writer that writes. He doesn't agree with us on that.
Yeah.
I can't.
But again, I'll say it every week. I fucking love Ryan Nemeth crying about this match. Yeah. The whole my brother. Yeah. Like he is so fucking punchable. It's amazing. Okay, this is good. I forgot about this. Macklin went crazy.
He had tears in his eyes too.
Yeah, seriously, really good actor.
What's that?
I forgot about this part. Macklin went crazy backstage. So I respect that.
Yeah.
After losing, you know what I mean? Like he's not just a loser taking a loss.
Yeah. I mean, it's
but
good.
The EY stuff is confusing.
You know, I don't know. I just I don't know.
And again, EY's been confusing
because I kind of feel like it kind of feels like EY's trying to recruit Macklin more than anything. Like he could have had a chance to attack him further. You know what I mean?
Didn't they already do this, and it's not happening? Macklin doesn't want to be with him. Like I don't know. Macklin got.
I don't know if it's going to be more of his former faction, kind of like you get inside your head. And
I was just going to say, to be fair, he literally got inside Macklin at that time, and I think he got him to beat Josh.
Yeah.
Didn't he get him to beat Josh? He was in his head and like did that whole thing, and I loved it. Like that segment, it was weird. Like he had to leave for a little. Ended up being like a week. Yeah. He just drove Macklin. Macklin's like, I'm going. And like it was like, oh no, Macklin might be leaving. And it came back like a week later. It was really interesting, like what they did with the segment. So I guess they're kind of tied together. But I wish the television would explain that better. Kind of like a Batman and Robin thing they have going. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they definitely need to do better in that department. Yes.
Like explain to fans what exactly this is all about. Like yes. Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having somebody that's fairly good, like top tier on the roster, to be missing for like a set of tapings. I don't find that unreasonable. You know what I mean? It gives
John
you
Cena
more.
Turned heel. John Cena turned heel 3 weeks ago.
What's that?
Cena turned heel 3 weeks ago. He's not on Raw yet. He's still not on Raw.
Yeah, and I think that's the smart way to do it because you're kind of like.
See, I thought the opposite, but you're right. It's like
the whole fucking roster wants to take him out.
Seriously, you're right. Like I didn't like it. Like I was thinking I didn't like it, but like they're making it even bigger now. You know what I mean? Like when he returns, holy shit. But tonight they're in Madison Square Garden. Like I don't know.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm thinking he's definitely returning. Yeah. I mean, no. Tonight's Raw is in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they have the Raw tonight and then Roadblock Tuesday. I was thinking.
And Roadblock is in the little Madison Square Garden.
Oh, okay. It's
the theater, but whatever. I mean, it's still Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. I mean, I'm sure people at TNA would be clamoring just to be, even be a part of that Tuesday night.
And they are, which is awesome.
Yep.
I love this. Holy crap! Obafemi talking about who the toughest Nigerian is. Like I didn't realize they were both Nigerian. Like, and Good God, he's so fucking huge. I mean, I said this last week, but also,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
guys,
Also, what is with these miniature security guards?
bigger around than my way.
Yeah, and you gotta get these tiny security guards away from Olafemi. He looks like he's 3 feet taller than the fucking
The
security
only
guards.
thing I didn't like, Jay, the only thing I didn't like about this shit, though, this was way too much Mark Henry with how strong he is. Like, he
Oh,
threw
yeah.
like, a team of 10
Oh,
guys
yeah.
like they were like, yeah,
But I meant though,
that's
but the only reason it looked believable is because those fucking guys were
oh
so
yeah, because of
small.
the size of them. Yeah, definitely. They're like
Like,
100
get some
pounds.
actual size human
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah, definitely.
security.
Like, yeah, get some
Uh,
big bosses from upstate New York.
yeah, really. I mean,
You know what I mean?
seriously, get some
Yeah,
independent wrestlers. Like,
yeah. There's some
there's
big,
independent
big
wrestlers out there
bodies
that
where I live that
gigantic
would
fucking
be
indie
better.
guys that, yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are spending all their money fucking driving across the country. They don't have to do that.
Oh, I would have been
TNA
more
could pay them a little bit
believable.
of fucking money to stick around.
You and I would have been more believable as security guards than some of those guys.
Not totally.
There. That
I
one
would have
guy
been.
looked like a really scrawny
Seriously.
Kofi Kingston.
I have a muscular disease, and like these guys don't look much bigger than me. Same for Adam Cole, which is just, it's amazing. It's
Jay
fucking amazing.
said all you'd have to do is pan on his hands, and then
Yeah.
Oba might be a little weary.
I agree.
Right?
I was thinking the same thing though. Like he threw away like 10 guys or something.
Yeah.
Like it looked like the Incredible Hulk. And again, it goes back to like what I said last week.
Yeah.
How fucking good is TNA at pushing other people's stars? Back to Omega. They made Omega look bigger than he's ever looked anywhere on American TV.
Yeah, and I honestly thought he was enjoying his time in TNA too. I don't know.
Omega?
Yeah, like
Omega
I
loves.
kind of felt like he was
You could look it up. He loves it.
like kind of like he owned the place and like he demanded
Totally.
respect. I liked what they were doing with him. It was the execution that went. Oh,
He was. That's the only time I've really given a fuck about Kenny Omega because he was treated like the fucking wrestling god I was told he is.
yeah.
But whatever. We gotta hurry this up. I gotta get going. Frazier and Axiom promo.
You're there.
I mean, I don't know. I hate the fact that they made these. I feel like they made these way too obvious with the way the titles are. Like the TNA titles, the Hardys can't lose the fucking. I mean, whatever. Maybe they can. But then,
Well, all this was
then
really
Axiom would have 2 sets of titles. You know what I mean?
yeah, and all this was really set up for was the system interrupting the main event, so Santina could announce the 10-man tag at Sacrifice.
Oh yeah. Northern Armory. Wait. Oh, sorry. We
So
missed the Northern Armory.
You knew
Sorry.
coming out by the end when the guys started running down there, you knew that this match wasn't going to have a definitive winner, and I kind of hate that to a degree, but I mean then it still makes the Cologne still look tolerable in terms of like the tag scene, in terms of like a threat for the tag team titles a little bit.
I hate to say it, but I don't give a fuck about those guys.
No, me either. But I guess it's better than Oleg Proteus or Proteus. I guess.
That is true. That is very correct. Okay, gotta rush through. Okay, so Northern Armory defeated Ace Austin and the Rascals, which I hate. I get that you got to get Northern Armory a win, and I get there was a distraction, but
yeah, I don't like this because
why not give the Rascals a win heading into, you know what I mean, this big match on.
And if I'm not mistaken, they pinned the tougher of the 2 Rascals and Trey Miguel, so I don't like that. Like just because Trey has like more times as X Division champion, he's kind of like the more famous of the 2, I think. Maybe not in terms of like with his time spent.
Wesley got up on the apron and distracted Miguel. Williams not. Yep. Okay. Just making sure. Yep. Okay.
I
mean,
like that.
But also, you got to give EY some wins every now and then. So whatever. I'm fine with that. I mean, didn't love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's what I loved.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a pin, but still, he's part of that losing team again. You know, it's like
great line.
Like at some point, it's about.
Great line here. Ready?
I just kind of feel like at some point somebody's.
How's this line ready? Masha Slamovich came down. How's this line ready? Masha Slamovich came down to the ring. She had an outfit that Seth Rollins would be impressed with. I don't know if you know, but Seth Rollins wears the wackiest fucking colors and outfits in like the history of wrestling.
Oh, did you see?
And
She
I
ditched
posted
the
online. Yeah. So last week she had a fucking Undertaker leather jacket. This week she had I don't even know what to call it. What was she wearing this week? I don't know. What do you call that?
To me it looked like I don't know. It looked like something like
It
I
was
don't
some
know.
crazy colorful outfit.
It's kind of generic looking, but
Yeah,
like
but it was
at least it was better than that stupid leather jacket thing that she wears.
but it was incredibly colorful. So that's my problem. So she went from like
Yeah,
one extreme, like she looked like an evil character one week, and then the next night she's coming out in this, you know what I mean, the total opposite, colorful, and it's like I feel like they don't even know what her character is.
I would honestly have her come down with something similar to what Lei Ying wears. You know, something
Yeah,
like I don't know, kind of glittery, but not
yeah.
more like a tough woman would wear. You know, like
Yeah.
a tough lady wrestler would wear, not
Whatever
what
it
she
is, I
currently
mean,
has. Because
she just has to stick with something. That's my big thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Stick with one
and I
goddamn thing.
wonder
Either
how
be
much
dark or
influence
light,
she really.
or make it part of your fucking character. That like
Yeah,
you're dark and you're light.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I just don't know how much like say they get in their like costuming and stuff for wrestling. Like, do they get 100%, or is it kind of?
I just hate
Well,
it.
this
I mean,
is what you're going with, because
and
that's
she's a world champion. Look at her, and then look what
yeah,
Tessa wears to the ring. You always know how
yeah,
Tessa's gonna look. She has a
yeah,
character. She has a look. She has
yeah,
literally
yeah.
a live entrance with an actual rapper who sings it. Like I don't know, like they totally get Tessa what Tessa should be, and
I think that look, in fact, has kind of been. It'll probably be Masha's downfall to the losing the title, because I think they want to get that title very badly on a Tessa Blanchard, just
oh
because.
totally, yeah. That's why I think she can lose. That's why I think she could possibly lose this week. And we talked about this last week, but she loses. Tessa they make it like Tessa sets her up, like you know what I mean. Oh, I got your back, honey. You know you're
Yeah.
here, whatever. And then she fucks her over because that's Tessa.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could see that happening.
And then she wins the title. Okay, gotta rush through this. I gotta leave in 10 minutes. Uh, okay. Damn it, Thompson. Okay, I'm freezing on my phone. Let me jump over to. Okay, so after Oba, Femi, and Moose, it was Northern Army Rascals. What was the final segment? Oh, we don't. Sorry, the Masha.
Boba Fett.
Sorry, the Ma. So okay, so Masha came to the ring. She talked about Cora Jade. Cora Jade comes out again, looking fantastic in her outfit. Tessa comes out looking fantastic, and then Li Ying
Oh,
Li comes out also looking fantastic. And you can understand her character by looking at her. The only person you
oh
can
yeah.
understand their character by looking at her is the fucking champion. Come on, Masha, or TNA. So I mean,
If they
Lee took
put,
out.
I think if they
So,
put Lei Yang Lee on the show a little more, she could kind of be our answer to a Gail Kim.
that's what I mean. Yeah, we just had to see more of her. I'm not sure how good she is.
Yeah, we need more for her. He did
Yeah,
not less.
Nick Nemeth did his. My brother's coming back in 14 days. I love that. Nick Nemeth. Sorry, Ryan Nemeth.
Yeah.
Okay, non-title match: Hardys versus the Colognes. Okay, that's why I forgot the main event. Oh wait, no, sorry, that turned into Okay, the Hardys won against the Colognes. DQ system, 4.5 minute match. Like I don't know why the Colognes haven't done anything.
Oh,
They're not win. Like the Colognes
that's
aren't
why.
winning. Yeah.
That took up some of the main event and the show too, was because
Okay, I
of
forgot about that.
the
Okay, so then
security
Santino.
in the ring.
Okay, so then Santino turned that match into
Yeah.
the main event. Okay, but before that, Thompson mentioned this is TNA's first steel cage match since 2019. Sick.
Yeah.
I felt this was the third straight week
But I
show
did
TNA
like
has
the way
put on.
but Moose did get a spear on Femi and stood over him with both titles, so I
Yeah, that
like
was cool.
that.
Pretty much showing
That
that
was
there's
pretty
no
cool.
chance he's winning this week.
Yeah, usually that last
That's
ditch
usually
effort.
that's usually the I have no chance of winning this week pose.
Yeah,
Thompson gave it a Thompson 5.25 out of 10. Ooh.
out
Thompson,
of the show.
You are so rough with these grades, but to a much lesser, I don't want to say, um, someone with a different
I
grading
do
system. I think
I
this would be a 7.
I definitely do think the more live shows that we've gone, and now these are the after live, I
Yeah.
do feel like they've gotten weaker as they've gone on.
Yeah.
No, I
Totally.
do
Yep.
feel like the shows have
I
gotten
loved
as
the live shows.
entertaining.
I loved the live shows.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I loved the shows, or I loved the show right after the live show, and I think since that one, it's
yeah.
been downhill. And Thompson
Yeah, I definitely
totally
think
agrees.
there's been a pattern as we've gone on from Full Sail. I've noticed as the tapings have gone on, it's like it feels like it's kind of too much on the show because there were 6 matches on it. I know you could say the main event was a abbreviated 6 match, but still it's a 6 match on a card and it's only a 2-hour show.
I feel like the
I would feel
weirdest
better
thing.
reversed if they could get some more people on the show that haven't really had many chances for TV time.
Okay, I don't know if this is breaking news or if Thompson is smoking weed like myself. It says interpromotional tag team match, wrestlers TBA for
Oh,
sacrifice. What in the shit does that mean?
I
Interpromotional
don't know.
tag team match, wrestlers TBA? If
Oh
this is from
wow,
anyone
is
else, I
this
would
going to
say
be?
that is bullshit. But I'm gonna say, yo, cool.
Is that going to be a pre-show? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I didn't see anything about that. Check with
Yeah.
Kristen Thompson on. Well, you can't check on Twitter because Twitter's dead. We're all gonna get hit by a bomb today or something. So good luck, everyone. We're out of
Yeah.
time here.
They all know they love New York, right, Jay?
Yeah. Yep.
Terrorists.
We are out of time here.
I
So.
live near a missile base. I live near a
Oh
missile
yeah.
base
Yeah.
up
Yeah. Yeah. He's
upstate
not.
New York, Fort
Yeah,
North. So.
this prick don't care as he hangs
I'm
out in a
not safe
fucking missile
either.
asylum. Well, you're probably the most safest. What'd you say? You have a missile asylum like around your fucking
What's that?
block? What do you have,
I'm
like the
sure
army?
there's a missile base under Earth that really come down.
If you guys don't know, oh, forget it. Don't let people know. If you guys ever want to mess with Gary, go right ahead. He doesn't have the army right around his corner.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes to the gate from wherever.
Okay, so shit. I gotta leave my house in 6 minutes, so this is gonna be rough. Okay, everyone, we'll be back for our sacrifice review. Which is that next? Yeah, we get to.
Yeah.
Ooh, we get to skip this week's. Yeah, we get to skip this week's show when it comes to reviews to TNA Impact, but well, not whatever. Let's up that a little bit. All right, we'll be back next week. Peace.